Hello and welcome to season 4 of Own Your Divine Light show. This show is accelerate your ascension during times of chaos and pandemic. And I am Isla Serona Miller, which is my magical name of Janet that I'm stepping into. And I'm bringing it through in this show so that the more I step into it, the more, the magic happens. So we've all been going through so much and it's feeling like things are lifting a little, yet the horizon is so unknown. We are meant to create a new way of living and of being, and today's guest has truly created her new way of being. And I'm so excited to welcome Adrienn Light to the show. Welcome, Adrienn.
Thank you so much, Janet, for opening this space and receiving me. I'm so grateful and feeling honored to can connect with you and all of the guests. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. So let me tell you a little more about Adrienn. She has amazing details about her life. Adrienn has two different memories in this lifetime on planet Earth. And it's quite amazing. One is her life with her 3D vessel and the spirit who was connected to that body. And the other is when she manifested herself here into this realm through a light body, holding a space to different spirits from other consciousnesses. So this break happened in 2016 when Adrienn experienced a life-changing transformation where her 3D body spontaneously changed to a light body. And at that moment, her spirit, who was connected to that body, was liberated, and the other spirit from a higher consciousness connected to this new body. She needed 2 years to settle into this new energy space. And in 2018, she received the message to share, to give talks and lectures on topics that she is channeling and be a facilitator of her light body activations for others as well. And she has an amazing 7-day light body activation process that was born at that time, where she holds space and frequency to activate light body in participants. Meanwhile, what Adrienn calls, she has a galactic school and she shares her information. She calls it a kind of a galactic school, and she shares her information that's coming through her. She is also a medium, an energetic healer, a bridge between source and other dimensions. She lives with her daughter, her husband, and her dear daughters. And oh, it's such an honor to have you here, Adrienn. And wow, what a journey you've been on. It's just incredible to have that happen. I mean, I can't even imagine. I haven't quite had anything like that happen. Things have happened in other ways, but boy, that's a big one. So let's start there, because your experience about leaving your 3D body and connecting to your light body. Wow. I mean, that's probably the number one thing everyone's like on the edge of their seat. How did that happen? And right now, with what's going on in the world, this is so important to realize that it can happen. It probably could happen to many of us, right? That's what you're teaching us. So all right, I'm gonna let you say what's going on. So welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. Um, where I start? When I started to preparing myself for this switch, I didn't know where I'm preparing or what I want to achieve. I just always felt this call inside and searching different methods, trying different meditations and going to different masters. And later, when I understood everything and all this process, then I saw that that I prepared this transformation years, lives before that it happened now in this life, and it meant to be. And also, I channel and I understood. I connected to the spirit who owned the three-dimensional body, and it was a time for the spirit to go back to source, to go back to the origin, and liberate from this incarnational circle where we're connected during lifetimes, and this spirit, it's what I own now. It's came here, grounded here, to be in service and hold this energy and this frequency as a channel, and be a medium in light body activations, being in service to others. So Yes. Let's start at the beginning when from my childhood, I was spiritually open and I was always seeking for answers. And while others were playing outside and going to parties, I was reading spiritual books, and I really felt the call inside that I love them. So I really enjoyed all these kind of books. And then I started to meditate at the early age, and I started to connect to different beings. And then after my first daughter, when she born, I received a call to purify my body and start to clean my diet, start to clean my body. And I just jumped there from one day to another, and then started to consume just raw vegan foods, and then I consumed just fruits, and then I started to simplify more and more this diet. And while I was in this process, I started to expand more and more spiritually, and I started to open more and more channels on my being. And then in 2016, I decided to do a retreat by my own, and I started to a water fast, and I was meditating a lot. And at the beginning of this retreat, I experienced this transformation. What I understand now, and I can describe for you with words, but at that moment I didn't know what happened. I wasn't preparing for this, so wasn't preparing consciously to this. And yes, I experienced how my three-dimensional body, how I live my three-dimensional body, and my three-dimensional body was die over die. I just experienced how it stays there, and then I receive a whole new body, whole new energy system. And then also I experienced later, few days later, how my spirit, which is connected to this three-dimensional body, liberate and go back to the light, to the origin, and how free from all these charge,
Yeah.
all these energies and energy field. It's one when the spirit is here and a soul, and you're always incarnating, you are trapped in a certain kind of energy field, and you are repeating the same patterns always, and always, until you learn and then change to another energy pattern, and there you're experiencing new things. But like this, in a kind of incarnational circle, you are always incarnating and repeating until you are learning, and you go through a step to another step, go to another step. And I just experienced how I liberate myself from all this field, and go back to the origin. At that point, I started to receive another soul, another spirit from a higher dimension, and I just started to channel all the information what this spirit knows and wanted to say me. I wanted to communicate. I also experienced a very big changes in my life. So I was a person before, and then a wholly new person afterwards. And also regards my body, how it works, it's different. And I'm still learning, and new things happening with me, which is not ordinary or normal things, what calls the human beings. And like this, it's like always new things occurring. How the time pass, I expand more and more this light body field, and how it's expanding stronger, this field and this channel becoming stronger. And this is how with the time I always it's strong enough to channel and experience new capacities or new things what I didn't have before. And yes, it's interesting to get to know my new body and how it works, and it's so fascinating. And then after this transformation, I experienced several times how regenerate my whole energy system.
Wow.
And when it occurs, I have to stop, and I cannot do anything. I just wait until the process finished, which can last 1 or 2 hours, and then I can continue my life or my daily schedule.
Okay, so let me ask you. So you're saying that your 3D body tries to come back in? Are you saying that?
No.
And I was trying to understand what you just said. So yeah, explain that a little more, what you just said about something tries to come back in and you have to wait. What does that mean exactly?
No, I experiencing energy adjusting in this new body, and when I have it, I have to stop my things. I cannot do anything, and just wait until the process is finished on my body, so and then I can continue.
Upgrade. It's like you're upgrading again, or you're getting a new gift or something new that you're learning about from the higher consciousness. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, when a new gift is coming to me, it's so easy and it's just coming in a second, and then I can use them. No, it's when it's restructures all my system, all my energy field.
Your DNA restructuring.
Yeah, you can say like this.
Kind of like
not just the DNA, all the
your whole
everything
body system, like your even your organs and your blood, and oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's
so it is amazing. And yes, I want to say with few words what is the difference between a three-dimensional body and a light body. I have everything in like a CD in my mind, and I remember everything what I had and having a three-dimensional body. So I can share with you what is the difference.
Sure, we'd love to hear that, because that's where we all want to head. We'd love we're all trying to get to where you are, but you're helping us see what's possible. You're bringing in this energy that you can help us get there. You're helping us get there. So go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, this is the future. More and more spirits is incarnating with light body, and more transformations occurring. And now it's so we are helped in this process, and the frequency of the planet Earth is helping. So it's so easy to doing it. Okay, a few main things. Okay, the one main things is the three-dimensional body is disconnected from source, and it's always in a needness. The three-dimensional body always needs something from the external field, and this is because the human body, the three-dimensional body, it's like disconnected from the source. And regardless it's disconnected, then you experience always the needness for something. Then there is a between stage when you have a three-dimensional body and you start to open channels on your being, and you start to connect here and there, but you're still in the three-dimensional body. And then after this process, you can grant, you can change your three-dimensional body fully to a light body, and then expand through this new body. So there is a bridge of between state, and there is a state when somebody is totally disconnected.
So what did you feel like? What was it like? What does it feel like physically when that actually happens? Because what was your experience? because you're gonna, and maybe some of your clients, have they reached that level? Have they, if you've seen people receive their light bodies, they've done that through your teaching? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, through my retreats, what I'm guiding, I'm working there as a medium and holding the space to can happen these activations. Actually, not me who's doing these activations. I'm just holding the space and then helping to occur these activations in the participants.
Sure.
Yeah, the main thing what you have to understand is the needness state, and then the other, when you have the light body, you are connected to source, and you are complete. You are experiencing the fullness in every way, and at that point you are not nurturing yourself from the external, or you don't need things from the external. You are expanding yourself to the external, and from inside you are nurturing to the external, and you are creating the external, you are manifesting the external. And also you can play consciously with this holographic reality, what we are experiencing, what we are living here.
So it really is a game, huh? They always say this is a game. So then once you reach your light body, you can see the game and how it plays. And you can actually, well, I mean, I can just say game in quotes kind of thing, but you can reach when you can see the 3D, the way it works, like like you're saying, the external workings of it, how we have to reach outside of us to get any kind of satisfaction. And then with the 5D, we have to go in. We're going in now. So we depend on ourselves. We become that sovereign being, don't we? That's what you're saying. We become that being that is independent, that is self-reliant, that is working, like my show, Own Your Divine Light. We're owning our divine light, right?
Yeah, actually, the three-dimensional and then the light body. Having a light body, you don't have to focus as having a light body. It's regard how I experience. It's an enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, and then through this process, you will come back to this reality through a light body, and you can experience this reality through your light body.
Ah, okay.
So it's not that you have to reach your light body. It's more than reaching your light body first. It's a spiritual process, expansion. Yeah. Yes, and then when you reach the state, the only body what you can hold here is your light body, and through this experience, this reality, you cannot lower your frequency that much to go and connect to a three-dimensional body and experience the field through this, because it would be so dense. And now the space here in this reality, it let us to can project yourself through a light body and through a three-dimensional body others. So now we have the opportunity, we have the time when the two different frequency, the two different vibrancy can communicate with each other and can be seen one to another. It's so interesting time now.
Okay, so it sounds like the 5D, and is it 5D? It could be any dimension, really. It's just out of 3D, right? You could be higher than 5D. It doesn't really, I mean, there's no limit. Is there a limit? Like what you're bringing through, like for your particular?
Well, in this consciousness, the dimensions disappears. When you put 3, 4, 5, 6, whatsoever dimension, it's just making these numbers and this dimension, the physical mind, it just doesn't exist the way how it is. Doesn't have different dimensions and different time. Everything exists at the same moment. And how I am experiencing from this channel, I can reach every dimensions It depends where I want to connect at that
Oh,
moment.
okay.
And it's like a channel and just flowing through everything at the same time and
Wow.
all dimensions. So in the three-dimensional mind, there is this concept that, okay, now we are in the three dimension and we are working to lift up and arriving there. But actually, where you are at that moment, at that space, if you are expanding that much, you can experience all the dimensions at the same time.
Wow.
There is no such thing that other aliens or other beings on other dimensions, they are more developed than us, or you need to incarnate to other planets to can lift up your frequency. It's just not like this. You, from this channel, from this energy space, you can experience all the dimensions at the same time. It's just up to you that you are ready for it or not, and it's not depending where you are incarnating or not. Here in the planet Earth, you can experience all the dimensions at the same time.
That's amazing. You know, I'm just understanding that. That's why I wanted to understand what you were saying. So that's so powerful because there is no time, correct? Once we get out of there, time is just our limitation in this matrix. And so everything is happening in the now. Everything is all at once, right? So like you're saying, whatever you connect to, wow, that's so amazing and so powerful to
And this
know
is
that.
come
Yeah.
back to your question that when you reach this alignment, then you understand everything, and then you get all the answers, and then you are connected to source all the time, and you get the answers, and then you understand the matrix and this reality, how it works, and then you can play another way with it, because you can see from above. But when you have a three-dimensional, you are in the matrix. And now you are out from the matrix, but you can manifest yourself there. But you always have connection from beyond, and it helps a lot.
Yeah. So what I'm understanding also is when we finally connect to our light body, as you're saying, we are the observer. We can come in and observe the 3D without getting really involved. Like the famous quote, be of the world, but not in the world. Be, you know, once you get there, you're the of it, but not in it.
Yeah, it's just
Wow.
amazing.
And you're living that now. You're truly living that, which is, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. So you actually, so the higher, I was almost thinking, is she a walk-in? But you're not what they call a walk-in. Do you know what a walk-in is? What they call a walk-in in English? Yeah. You're not a spirit that walked in. It's a consciousness that just came in. I mean, in a way that is a consciousness, I suppose. Would you call it a walk-in?
At the beginning, that was a spirit who was connected to that body, but then the spirit went.
Okay.
And then I'm channeling different spirit. And then since that spirit went, I don't have a particular spirit who I'm working. So I just open a consciousness and working and flipping into the different dimensions and just taking all the knowledge and all the knowledge and all the energies to this channel. How I'm experiencing myself in the energetic field, I'm nothing more, just a channel. And yes, like this, now you are speaking with me and you see my form, but I don't experience as a form myself. I'm just an open space, and I'm just transmitting the information. And where I'm connecting at the most now is the God consciousness, the source, and from there I transmitting the information what I'm receiving.
Yeah. So you are connected to source consciousness all the time. So basically that's what you're transmitting is source consciousness, direct. You have a direct connection. You're totally connected now. You're doing everything that we've all wanted to do. Like, this is what we hear this life is all about, to collect all the aspects of who we were to become back into our source consciousness. And that's exactly what happened to you.
Yeah, before I worked with angels and other aliens and other light beings, and then I worked. I had a time when I worked with Jesus, and then I realized this is all limiting me,
Okay.
and I started to expand the
Ah,
consciousness, and I just went beyond, and now I don't have, if I want, I can switch there, and I can transmit from there, but I can go even beyond, and there in source consciousness you just lose all the forms, and there are
mhm.
no beings or light or darkness, anything.
Sure. It's just pure love, pure truth,
Mm.
pure. It's just pure light is what,
Yeah.
that's why your name, Adrienn Light. Was that given to you, Adrienn Light?
Now I have a Hungarian name,
Uh,
and then I was searching what what name I
Perfect.
could use that everybody can understand, and this is describes me the most.
Yeah, yeah. So how did this affect your family? Did they see a difference, like your husband, your daughters? Did they see something different in you once this shift came, say, in 2016?
Yeah, it's so interesting that when we are speaking about family, you have to know that everything you are creating yourself, and the external world, what you see around you, it just doesn't exist. It's just an illusion. And even your family, even the partner who is next to you, the closest persons who are next to you, and there are trillions and billions realities. And yeah, I have my husband, he has the same name, and I have my kids, they have the same name. But how I fill up this form or this box is depending on me. So when I had this transformation, ultimately they changed also, and they just reflect back my energies and my light, and they are behaving at this on this level, and regarding this. As I say to you that how I'm experiencing it, I'm just a channel, and I'm just transmitting information. And
Mhm.
also when I speak from my husband, for example, it's just an empty box, and it depends with whom and how you fill it up, and depending on you. And as my husband and me also, you exist in different realities at the same
Mhm.
time. So
Mhm.
when you connect to other reality on another level, other frequency, then you can experience other aspect of the same person. What here in this reality, what I'm creating and what I'm experiencing is just a reflection, my family, of myself. So yes, they change, and they are different than before.
Wow. So that they raised up with you is kind of what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
amazing. No, it's beautiful the way you said it. I'm just trying to understand it in my own clarity. That's so beautiful. I mean, whew, that's the best thing is when you can take your family with you. I mean, they can't be, that's the best part. And our world is in this chaos where we're being separated in ways that,
yeah.
through.
It was also a part of my service,
Mhm,
because as I'm uh, as I'm teaching, as I'm helping people in this experience, in this alignment,
mhm,
growing spiritually, they have to see that I'm similar than them. I have
uh-huh,
a family also. I have a
right.
normal European life. I'm not in a Himalaya meditating all day. I'm here with normal friends and normal persons, and I have a normal life. And me and my are experiencing very rare experience,
Hmm.
and you don't have to separate the both. You can experience earthly life, but from a different perspective.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like depending, there's a balloon, and depending what you put in the balloon, you can put air, you can put water, but outside it seems the same balloon, while
Yeah,
inside there's different.
something different.
Yeah.
So what do your clients experience? Tell us a little bit about a client, that what they gone through your school, and what happens to them.
Wow, it's just amazing. Every situation and every session is just amazing, and it's just, I'm just fascinating after all. When somebody starts to work with me, the first time when we connect, my client starts to experience the changes in their lives without starting to work in the physical field. And then when we have the sessions, I'm doing one by one, 1 hour sessions. And then also I have a preparation process when you prepare your three-dimensional body to this switch to the light body, because you need to purify the three-dimensional body to can change or transform to a light body. It's like a different grades in the school. You cannot jump one grade. So until you didn't finish your work in the three-dimensional reality, you are always going back. Although you have the light body activation, you are experiencing this consciousness. Well, when you go back to your life, you will flipping back. So that's why I channel the preparation process. What starts to prepare your three-dimensional body, purify the three-dimensional body in all ways, to can experience this switch. And then what all the preparation process is just individual and amazing.
Sure.
Everybody who does this takes a gift after these 4 days, and it's just amazing how the people's lives change.
Wow. So when you purify the body, you're talking about diet. So are you saying, like, I mean, if you want to get into a little detail, do they stop eating, say, meat and things like that? Do they have to do all that?
Yes, we are doing water fast during the 4 days.
Water fast, yeah.
But the main point is now, because if you alone doing water fast at home is not the same. When you connect to my frequencies, to my energies, this starts to generate all these changes in your life, and this is a start to pull you to higher vibration and experience a consciousness what you couldn't experience before. And then from that consciousness, see from above your life, and then starts to transform all the little details what you had stuck before. And it can be energetically, emotionally, and this is the 2 main points. And then, yes, we are doing a water fast, so you will purify your body physically also, but this is not the main thing.
Okay. That's interesting. That's so interesting. So your frequency is important in the process. They have to be connecting to you to help, because that is what you're doing. That is your reason for being who you are. So that's beautiful.
I'm just working as a slide.
Right.
And when you connect to this slide, you can boom, go up to higher dimension, and this is how it is.
So do you find that people love it? Do some people say, oh, I don't want this, I'm not ready? I mean, have you ever seen anyone pull out? I mean, I'm just curious. I don't know why that question just popped up, but I'm like, okay, I need to ask that.
Yeah. When somebody is in there, the process, they all love it. Also, at the beginning, it's not easy. So when you start to transform all these trapped energies, it's so strong and so dense work. It's taking so much from the person.
Okay.
But then you receive the gift, and it is just amazing. And yes, I have some clients who say that they are not ready, but who is connecting with me and writing me, then it means that you are ready. Yes. So at the end, all this person ending to doing the process also, it's just you are not believing in yourself, and you don't think that you are ready. But once I'm experiencing in your life, it's for a reason, and you have to hear the message. It's for a reason that you find me.
Sure.
And and then you have to listen to this inner guidance.
Yeah. Well, if you choose, I mean, you always have free will, right? But this is such if you're really following your soul work and you're being guided to you, then you've got to keep going. I mean, that is such a beautiful gift, you know? Wow. Um, so what was I going to ask now? Do you receive, I mean, and you say you receive downloads of information all the time. How long does it take you to understand this information when you get, I mean, downloads, I mean, that is like, people are always saying they get downloads. How long does this take? I mean, I see different, beings, people that working in the higher vibrations doing that. How does that work for you?
What I wanted to also mention about the retreat, when I'm guiding the retreat, all the retreats are different, and I'm just giving the space and giving myself, and I'm in service, and I just channel everything what I'm saying at that moment.
Right,
there is not a kind of shadow what we are doing. That is not a kind of shadow what I will saying or I'm saying. I just open myself and I'm just working there as a medium.
So you're just guided. So you have a sort of a loose plan, but whatever is meant to come through for the group that you're with, that's what you lead with. So how many people do you usually work with at one time like that in a retreat?
I'm accepting 9 persons at one retreat, and more I cannot, because it's so important that I can work with everyone. Yes, and I can connect with each of the person, and it's not something that everybody is there and then let's go. I do the activation. It's so important, the journey of the person and the background, the history, and the energy is what takes. And as I say to you, it's like in the school, the different grades, you cannot jump one grade. So it's so important to digest, process your history and what happened with you, and not just in life, in your past lives also. Understand all this process, and then transform it little by little, all these emotions and all these trapped energies, and then you can step forward. So that's why it's so important, the small groups, and like this I can work with each of the participants one by one.
Yeah.
I mean, and the download,
go ahead. What were you going to say? The downloads,
the downloads, what you said, I don't know. It just comes flowing through me, and I'm just saying it. So it's not something that I have to think on it or sit with or
Wow, that's beautiful. So what else? Anything else you feel that people need to know about your process that's really important for them to understand, especially right now? How much is this helping people and through what we're going through? And of course, we've got the two things going on in the world, people choosing to take the jab and those who are not choosing. I mean, how does that work for you? How does any of that affect your work? Like your choices of who comes in, or do the people just choose to come in and you just work with them? How does that work?
It's a very interesting question. Actually, until this point, I never had to select people who can come in or not. I'm really open the space. Through the years, I always, everybody who contacted me with me, it was for a reason. And I just had very beautiful and amazing experiences. So I think that when somebody connects me, it's for a reason. So I don't have to select people or say that you are not opt for it, or I don't know. And it's interesting because maybe somehow I never work with the physical appearance. So for example, when I do my sessions, online sessions, I'm always working without the camera, because I connect to your essence. I connect to your higher self, and I'm receiving all the information, and I'm seeing you through these energies. And and amazing beings connected with me. So yes, I'm feeling so grateful and so honored to can do this service. It's just amazing.
Mm, that's great. So you haven't really I don't want to get real political or anything here because I don't want to go there, but I wanted to ask have you seen people who have taken the jab versus none, that you can you see a difference in them at all? I'm just curious because you see light bodies and did you see anything different? Can you tell if they have or haven't?
If I can say from the being that it has a light body or not?
Yes, if they
Yeah.
have been taking the jab, you know what I mean by the jab? Yeah.
Jab, I don't know what it
You
is.
don't know what that is? This thing. You know, it's got the vacuum.
Okay.
That, yeah.
Okay. No. You know, when you are beyond of this matrix, and this is the main point. What I say, that when you have a three-dimensional body, you are in a needness state, and you are nurturing yourself from the external, and then the external world has so much impact on you. When you are in this consciousness, you are on the matrix, and the things what is here, it doesn't affect you. So it doesn't have power on you. So when we speak any things which has toxins or denser energies or things like this, automatically you transform to light, and it just doesn't affect you. I'm seeing people who are disconnected and not because of this thing, and maybe they have this thing, but they already were in this energy field. So it's just normal that they did this. But somebody who doesn't own this consciousness, these things are just not affecting.
Who doesn't own this consciousness. So you feel if someone even got that and they own the consciousness, that they're going to override that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just nothing. It's just drink of water.
Okay.
It's just
that's great. Yeah. Okay.
You transform everything to light, and not just this thing, every toxins. It just doesn't matter. The external world doesn't have that much impact on you. As you are expanding from inside, then automatically you are transforming the external world and synchronizing with your energy, with your light. And the external world doesn't have that much impact on you. You are experiencing the wholeness and completeness in every part, all aspect of light. So regardless of food, you don't have to nurture your body with physical food to be nurtured. You don't need external love from the external world, because you already experience the immense divine love inside of you. You don't need to different external things for healing yourself. You are not getting sick, and so you are a whole complete being, and you don't need the external to feeling yourself good. And also, as you can connect to different dimensions, to different frequencies at the same moment, for example, when you have a three-dimensional body, you feel that, oh, I need to go for a vacation, or I need to go to the beach. But it's just an illusion. Actually, where you are in a building, for example, is just an illusion around you. And when you have this capacity, then you can travel between dimensions. Then there is no point to go for vacation or go for here or there. And also a financial state. So everything is just, you are expanding your internal light to outside, and light is transforming everything around you, and everything will reflect back your light and energy and your wholeness in all aspects of life. And this is the main difference between the two consciousness, between the two body.
So interesting. So what I'm hearing you say is, because you've connected with your higher source self, that you don't have to even go anywhere. You're just in your own space. You experience it all.
Yeah.
So that's part of the illusion. That is so, because we're so much more powerful than we know. I mean, now you're really putting that into words in a way that it's a concrete example of what you experience, that we are so much more powerful. And this is how it can happen. I mean, that's amazing. That is amazing when you explain it like that. Wow. Whew, such a gift that you're bringing to us, and that came through you. That, this is so beautiful. So, all right. Uh, is there a special message that you have for the 2021 now, the rest of the year, and for the audience that you feel they need to know, like about you, the world, the work you're doing? What are you bringing to them right now that they need to hear that's going to help them through this time? I know it's not an easy question, I suppose, but just whatever comes through.
When you ask me, I'm feeling a very beautiful energy going through me, and this is a 2021. It's just it's still starting to manifesting. So you cannot experience in all levels, but an amazing quantity of light entering to the field, and an amazing future and years waiting for us. And it's just an amazing gift what happened with us in these last years. And yes, very beautiful transformations, spiritual enlightenment we will experiencing, and transforming everything to light. So it's just so amazing to experience this, and so amazing connecting to this beautiful energy, what is here and what is starts to grounding. It's just amazing.
Thank you. That is a beautiful message, and that's something that we need to hold on to, because there's such a lot of chaos, because we keep getting confusing information. So you're telling us how there's so much beauty ahead for us. So hold on to that, everyone. That is such a beautiful message, and I've heard that through other people, but you're the first person who's really said it on this right now. And I love that. I love that you shared that. Thank you so much. So I know you have a wonderful free gift for the audience. Would you like to share that with us?
Yes, those who want to come to my retreat, and if you sign in and then say that you come from this show, then I offer you a free 1 hour consultations, one-on-one session. And it's just an amazing opportunity, because you can already start to work on your physical being, and you can start to transform your reality, and granting more and more light in your life. So yes, this would be my free gift.
And I know you have another gift that people can also take a deeper dive. So tell us a little about that. Yes.
Yes, then there is a 3 days process, and I channel amazing meditations, light coding meditations. And during these 3 days, you start to plant light codes in your physical being. And like this, you start to open your channels to can connect to your light essence of the experience, your light essence, and remembering who you are and from where you come.
Wow, that's powerful. Whew. I think that sounds quite amazing, and I'm going to be looking into that one. I think, Adrienne, that is amazing. Thank you for that. So I'm just so grateful to the audience that's here. I always love to thank them for showing up, and ask them to please comment, share any insights you got, any comments. I will share them with Adrienne if we get them. I love to share the comments, and we are so thrilled that you're here. And Adrienne, we are so excited that you are bringing this to us, and so grateful that you are bringing this work to us, because you have made such an incredible life-changing experience for all of us. And you have the most beautiful essence, which radiates so much love and so much joy. And I can just feel it. It's just this love that you share and you're bringing to us right now. And we're so ready for this work. I think it's so, because you brought it. When you bring this work, it shows that we're ready. So those who are ready to hear you and to work with you are moving into this higher way of being and higher consciousness. And we are so grateful, and we want to ground this on the earth. So we all have to do our part. So if you want to continue working and, work with Adrienn, because this work is so essential right now, and we need to ground this energy on the earth. And you are opening the limitless possibilities that we as humans have to accelerate our ascension process right now. So thank you so much. And I'm so thrilled that you're here today. And
Thank you so much, Annette.
Thank you. So I am Isla Serena Miller, and I will see you on the next episode.